Alright, I think we're starting. Excellent. Thank you all for tuning in. Give me a sec, I'm not quite ready. I've been stuffing around with the encoder. Alright, I'm missing a glove for one. Need to get a glove. Oh, there we are. Everything's on the ground. Jeez, I don't know what was going on with that encoder, but I've got to sort it out. Let me just close the window so you can hear me properly. Alrighty, here we go, eh? There we go. That was a bit of a bugger around. Jeez, I tell you what. Alright, now let's get this stuff sorted. So, today's show, we got a big show today. We've got a big show, eh? Everyone's tuned in, I hope so. I'm sorry, I do apologise to the people who tuned in earlier and had to wait a bit for me to start. I am about 6 or 7 minutes late. But let's get this underway, eh? So, I got my checklist, eh? We got a couple of things. I've got actually, you know, my notes here. I didn't spill coffee on these ones like last week. That was terrible, eh? Last week's show was all off the wall. That was real bad. So I do apologise for all of that. And if you hear any noises behind me, don't worry. It's just the people in the house making a bit of ruckus, which hopefully doesn't interrupt too much. Now, let me just see what's going on here, and I might let me just tell people that this is going. All right, what have we got going on here? Let me just check the comments. Have any of you guys commented? I bet none of you have commented, have you? It's terrible, mate. Terrible. Don't start this, you know. Alrighty, there we go. Here we go. Alright, get the comments up so I can read what you got. What happened here, eh? Someone made a comment and then removed it. I hope it wasn't anything mean. I hope you guys were being nice to me. It's not very nice to have mean things. Oh, I'm joking. I don't give a shit, mate. Say what you like. Go for it. It doesn't bother me. I just turned the computer off. How's that about? Look, that's not even on my list. Let's talk about that a bit, eh? Bit of cyberbullying, you know. Let's talk about that, you know. I mean, you just turn the computer off, don't you? I mean, you know. How about that? What was that? What was the name of that girl? One in England. She's 14 something. Ended up she sent all the messages to herself. Looks like she fixed the troll problem, eh? Jesus. So anyway, yeah. I mean, that's no good. I mean, it's such a, you know. I mean, they're trying to restrict people's freedom of speech and, you know, freedom of information on the internet and stuff like that, all because the trolls. You got to stop the trolls. Stop the trolls. Oh, mate, it's terrible. They had a bit of a gist of that here in Australia, mate. Didn't work. Goes nowhere. So, look, just bear with me a quick moment, and I'll get this sorted because I've noticed that my usual crowd of loyal followers is not in here right now. So you're gonna have this. You might have this stall a little bit, so just bear with me, alright? It might stutter and lag out a sec. Let me just close this. I had to sort this out. That was terrible, eh? That was terrible. That was disgusting. I can't believe how long it took me to get this going. Alright, here we go. So, on the list today, I've got a couple of good things. Look, let's get on to important matters, eh? The turtle. I've actually had a couple of people ask me about Leonardo and how they can win him. It looks like we've got a couple of people interested in old Leonardo, eh? Well, I've decided how you can win this. Alright, now, let me just get these pleasant chaps here, let them know. Okay, hang on, let me just type this. Oh, I don't need to type, mate. Copy paste, eh? How's that? How's that for some skills? Oh, that's not too bad. There we go. Alrighty, so to win this, it's pretty simple, right? I was gonna wait until we got to 250 subscribers, but I'm not gonna bother now. Alright, now your chance, you can win this. See this guy, Leonardo, I'm going to post this. Now people go, mate, it's not worth posting that to people. Well, it doesn't matter, right? This is how much I care about you, my viewers. I'm going to happily spend my money to post this guy, Leonardo. Maybe even send a little message. You want a handwritten message? I might. Just let me know. We'll see. Now, the way you win is you get yourself a YouTube account. You got a YouTube account? You better have a YouTube account, otherwise you're not subscribed. What are you doing? Not having a YouTube account, not being subscribed. Let me show this new comment. Alright, implying what? Implying what? Jeez, you're gonna have to build on that, Oswald. Oswald First. How you know? That's a foreign name, I think. So, what you do is you get your YouTube account, you get yourself your... Look, I don't want to exclude people that don't have a webcam, but look, you can even still make a video response. That's the key. You want to win this guy. Now, not all of my giveaways are going to be reliant upon making a video response, and don't forget I'll go through the other giveaways for the future too. Now, make a video response explaining to me, I haven't really thought about this, so I just thought, how about you explain to me why I should give this one to you, eh? and make it stand out from the others. I mean, look, the thing is, you might be the only one that makes a video response, and I'll slap it onto my channel, and it'll be all big, everyone will know, don't worry, I'm not going to just pick someone that I know, or, friends and family are unfortunately excluded. I can't go giving it to someone I know personally, unfortunately. That would be a bit dodgy to some of my international viewers. So, what you do is you, get yourself on your camcorder or whatever. Well, you go, look, I mean, if you don't have a cam, you can always go on these sites where you make cartoons, or you type in the text and they speak. I mean, I'll be impressed if you do that. That means you really want it, doesn't it? So, and then what I do is sometime over the next basically 2 weeks, I'm going to pick one. Well, it might take longer than that to get one to come through, but when one does come through, I will pick it and I'll make a little video saying this is the winner, and hopefully I'll be able to, I'll chat to the person who wins it, don't worry, and I'll get your permission and everything to, oh, there we go, get a friend here, so there we go, hello to you, my friends watching, hello, thanks for tuning in. So, as I said, all you're going to do is get a little video response, and that algo can be yours, but stay tuned for that. So, look, just before I move on to the tonight's ruckus about, tonight's good, you'll like this stuff, alright, so remember, don't forget, in the future, we're going to have the Star Wars Pez giveaways. That's right, that's coming up sometime soon too. And this one, I've got some interest in this one. Don't forget the Aerith or Aerith Final Fantasy VII doll. That's going to someone too in the future. And I don't think that'll be the same thing. I don't think that'll be a video response thing. I'll pick something else. I just thought this would be a good way to get you guys involved. So, don't forget, explain to me why you want Leonardo Tino. I mean, maybe you have a collection yourself. Maybe, you want to add him to the others or something. Now, interestingly enough, I'll give you a bit of backstory of this guy. This guy, I rescued him. He was buried. He was half buried, I saw him in the lawn. No, not my lawn. It was not someone else. I saw him in the wild, basically. I was like, I rescued him. And he's clean. You can see he's clean. I didn't even need to clean him up. He was in pretty good nick. I mean, that's plastic for you, eh? That's all right. So, all right, moving on. Let's go. All right, now, what have we got here? Jeez, I've got a bit here to talk about. First off, look, let's go to that stuff. Thanks everyone for watching. Definitely, I've had a grow in subscriptions. Really appreciate it. And I'm really looking forward to the future, and I hope you all tune in the future. Now, that's right. Share. You're sharing this amongst your friends. You got friends out there going. I mean, stop right now. I'm gonna have a sip of me coffee and open up another tab. Go to your social media, whether you use Facebook or whatever, and post this in and go, oi, watch this guy. I know him, or you need someone to watch him. I mean, I've got some people watching, but we'll see how we go, eh? All right. So, what should I start first? Syria? Do you want to talk about Syria first, or you want to talk about something else? Oh, let's talk about Syria, eh? Alright, so Syria, there we go. That's a good one to start with, Syria. Not going to really talk about Syria that much. Going to talk about Australia with Syria, alright, and some of the other countries. So, what happened was we had America come out and go, look, I don't know, is this stuff alright? That's alright. I didn't even check before I put it on. So, anyway, look, America's come out and gone, Syria, chemical weapons, we're going to hit them hard. Bring them freedom and democracy. You liberate them with those freedom bombs. So, that's what America's plan is right now. America's basically saying you're with us or you're not with us, So, look, they're allied, friends like, England, France, Canada, and Australia, of course, have had a bit of a different reaction amongst them. All right, now France has jumped straight on board. They've gone, no worries. All right, we're on board with America. England has surprisingly enough pulled it to Parliament. And, the members of Parliament have voted and debated and all that. And then they want to go to the UN Security Council, which is the way the law, that's the way it works. That's why we got the UN. Now, Australia, Kevin Rudd, of course, all guns blazing. Yeah, we support him. We'll blah, blah, blah. He said a couple of things. I didn't write down his exact words. But, this is what I found was interesting was Kevin Rudd was voted in on basically being, the opposite of John, we're sick of John Howard and, we want to change. And what's he doing? He's doing the same thing John Howard did. He's promising total support to America without even going to the UN, I mean, look at what happened with Iraq. I mean, that was all dodgy, let's not get into that right now. But anyway, so, I thought that was a bit of hypocrisy from our, Honourable Prime Minister. So anyway, now Tony Abbott's come out and said, look, there's no point getting involved, it's bad, it's baddies versus baddies. And of course people are ripped on him. They go, oh, Tony Abbott doesn't know anything. I mean, no, what's that bloody woman, Senator Wong or whatever? I can't stand a bar of her, can you? Oh, I can't stand her, can you? Oh, jeez. she's come out basically trying to mock him, going, you know, like, oh, this guy, how's he going to look on foreign, you know, foreign ministry and how's the foreign relations? We're going to be a laughing stock, implying we're not already the laughing stock of the world. Senator Wong, I think she's a senator, isn't she? Whatever it's called over here, who cares? Bloody government. So, you know, I mean, Kevin Rudd's no bloody good himself. I mean, come on. I mean, no, I mean, we're Australia. No one's going to take us seriously. I mean, Kevin Rudd spent a whole bunch of money and effort getting us on the temporary seat on the Security Council. Apparently, our UN Security Council, whatever they call it, the President of the Security Council, leader of it or whatever, it's our turn. We're switching around, it's our turn. So, who knows what we'll be forced to do with that obligation and responsibility. It's terrible stuff. It's not very nice. So, I mean, look, I think Tony Abbott's probably right, I think, you know. Let's just go that far. Let's see how it responds. Like, you know, bloody Liberal, Let's see what I get from that. I think Tony Abbott is right. It's a situation, as Australia, not worth getting into. And, you know, there's no winner on that side, mate. It's just, there's no winners, all right? Just, what's worth? We're about as far away as you can get. I mean, you know, how far further. Actually, anyone got a map? Measure. Go on, let's see if you can measure. Find somewhere further away than Australia from Syria. If you can, I'll be very, very impressed. If you chuck it in the comments, I will be very impressed. That's indeed, yeah, you'll go right in my memory, I will, and then in the future when I see you, I'll remember you. That's right. Personal friend of Aussie Flying Ace will be that one who says it. Now, I'm going to check it too, so don't think that you can just take a guess and go, oh, yeah, South Africa or something, you know, because I'll check it. I'll make sure you're right or wrong. Now, so what do you reckon? Do you reckon Tony Abbott's right? Do you reckon it's just baddies versus baddies? Do you reckon there's any good people in Syria? Do you reckon, you know, I mean, not saying, of course there's good people. That's terrible. It's terrible. You shouldn't say that, Aussie Flying Ace. Of course there's good people in Syria. What I mean is when you really polarise it, try to keep it black and white, is there a good side and a bad side? Or is there just two bad sides? Or is there two good sides? I don't know, let's not get into that. There's obviously not. I mean, you know, when you get chemical weapons being used, so that's not even on the list, but you know, let's talk about that. You know, when chemical weapons are being used, I mean, there's no pleasantry. There's not a gentleman type of warfare, is it? Chemical weapons, not at all. It's pretty nasty stuff. So, yeah, it's not good. So they reckon that the sarin, that's a nerve gas. I don't know if you guys know what a nerve agent is, but it basically messes with your nerves. You know, there's other types. There's like blood agents that messes with your blood. I mean, they keep it layman's for us, don't they? Look. Who knows? Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us on the bum. I mean, you know, terrorism and all that. Or maybe we should be showing a hard hand. Maybe we should be going in these places and going, you know what? You're going to break the rules will break you. Is that what we do? Who knows? I mean, do you guys think that? What do you think? I'm not... Come on, tell me. What do you think? You think I'm wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me what you think. Are they both baddies, or is there a good and bad side? Who do you think's good? Or is there, you know, a bad, and a good side? You know, is there like 3 bads and 1 good? Or is there like, you know, 3 goods and 8 bads or something? What do you think? You know, I mean, maths isn't my strong point if you can't tell. I think that adds up. But anyway, so let's see, Jay. A bit of noise out there, eh? People can't keep it down. Jesus. So, all right, what have we got? Jeez, right, that's right. Yeah, I talked about that. Talked about that one already. Wait, I got this one. I've been seeing a bit about this because of America. Now, Americans right now are talking about raising the minimum wage. Now, you know, the minimum wage, that's an interesting one. Because in Australia, we got a pretty decent minimum wage, you know. I mean, minimum wage, it's something, I don't know what it is exactly. I think it's around 17, something like that. I mean, that's for the, you know, that's not even, I think toilet scrubbers get paid all right, actually. I know garbage men get paid good. They got a union. That'll work it for you. Get yourself a union, you know, and get a good pay then. But that's not, you know, Labor Party's unions. Oh, jeez. Anyway, moving on. Minimum wage, I think it's 17 or 18 bucks. Anyway, that's for like, you know, 21-year-old. Might even be 18. But anyway, minimum wage in America is like 7, I think. Well, that's not even like, wait, no, what is it, 5? It depends, people. You fill me in here. Look, there's people watching. Why can't you tell me? I'm sure you're all capable of typing into the comments there, hey, America's minimum wage is this much and Australia's minimum wage is this much. Well, I know there's different award rates around Australia for different industries. So if you work in a certain industry, your minimum wage in that industry is a set amount. But I think there is a set minimum amount that you do have to get paid if you're in Australia. You know, I think that's about $17 or something as a 21-year-old. Now, not that I'm a 21-year-old. I mean, geez, wish I was. It'd be right, eh? A couple extra years to go again. Yeah, anyway, no, let's get nostalgic now. Going on to minimum wage. Now, the main argument you hear is that everything in Australia costs more. Now, there's a reason why things cost a lot more in Australia. That's because of taxes. The government loves to tax anything. If you buy it, it'll be taxed. I'll trust you that. If it comes to Australia, if you can spend money on it, the government will put a tax on it. It's one thing to remember about taxes, though. There's two things in life you can't avoid: death and taxes. You can argue all you want, you can whinge all you want, can't avoid them. But it doesn't mean you don't try to minimise it. You always got to have the minimum amount of taxes possible and the minimum amount of death. That's how you get a good society going, you know. I mean, having lots and lots of death and lots of taxes isn't a very nice society. I mean, I certainly wouldn't. I mean, maybe you would. I mean, maybe that's what the sort of thing you're into, you know. A bit of, you know, corpses everywhere and heavy-handed taxes. You know, I mean, it doesn't work. Just doesn't work. So, don't know how I got onto that. This is what I get. This is what I get for going off on tangents and not following my little things. Oh, that's right. Minimum wage, where am I going? Jeez. It's this thing on my head. These things are bloody tight. I haven't even got blood going to my head. That's what it's doing. It's cutting off my circulation. Can't even think. So, minimum wage. Look, yeah, things do cost a bit more in Australia as well. Not just the taxes. But the thing is, you know, a lot of it is artificially inflated by, you know, not necessarily monopolies, but duopolies. We've got a big issue with duopolies here in Australia. You know, and I can see a couple more people tuned in. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I can say I don't think you guys were here at the start. And I'll jump back to the giveaway stuff. Maybe some people here for the giveaway stuff. And, you know, better keep an eye on them. So, anyway, now the minute... Oh, houses, yeah, look, but think about houses. See, houses and land's one of those things that's supply and demand. It's like these people don't even know what supply and demand is. Now, you know, obviously people demand to live in the city. They demand to live close to where all the jobs are. So that costs a lot of money because the demand's high. So, you know, so they're going to supply so much. And, you know, if there wasn't as much demand, the price would go down. So, I mean, you can go out to Whoop and buy a big block of land for cheap as chips, but why doesn't anyone do that? Well, because I mean, no one wants to live out Whoop. You know, no one wants to live in the middle of nowhere. So, I mean, you know, people want to live and they want to have their technology and their luxuries of life and stuff. And so, you know, it's the price you pay sort of thing. And, you know, you certainly, cost of living is low if you make it low. People just don't want to have it low. You know, I like nice things. Everyone likes nice things. I mean, you know, this isn't made out of hessian or straw. It's wool, and you know, someone's got to shave the sheep. Anyway. Shaving the sheep, jeez, saw a bit of that, a bit of sheep shearing, that's alright. Sheep shearing goes down well. Anyone out there sheep shear? I reckon it'd be a fun job to do. Be a good job too. Alright, hey, that's how about this, eh? I'm sure lots of you guys saw this MTV awards thing. I'm not a music chat myself, so look, MTV, apparently there's Miley Cyrus. I've never really heard of it too much. You know, what's this? Oh, here we go. Look, something's going. YouTube's not doing very well tonight, mate. All these comments are just spamming through right now. And look at this. We got say something. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Explain the maths behind you, mate. I did this last week, but I can again. Look, let me make a quick note of that. Explain the maths. We'll get to that in a moment because I've got a little bit of a schedule that I'm loosely following very badly. And, oh, here we go, 7:25, see, here they come through. I don't know what's going on with this thing. And I put on, you know, it's just taking too long. So, okay, let me just catch up here, just bear with me. Oh, Slavoj Zizek and Noam Chomsky. Look, I don't know a lot about the feud between them two. Perhaps you could give me a basic summary. I do know about Noam Chomsky. He's, you know, he's a, oh, I don't know, influential. He's not really, you know, he's written, he's done a lot of different things, but I know about that stuff. He does a lot of mental stuff, you know, about how people think, not anthropology, and not really psychology. He does do a bit of psychology sort of stuff, but maybe someone can explain. I mean, look, I'm not a classifier of people's occupations, so, but no, I don't know much about that. Look, I imagine that, what's the differences? What, is it a difference about objectivity? Or is it, you know, are they arguing about what is objectively morally right or what? You know, I mean, let me know. Let me know about that, Shammy Shakes. I'm interested to know. Please do let me know. So, you can adjust the tightness. I know you can adjust the tightness of them, mate, but it's too difficult. And they're at maximum looseness, like your mum last night. Oh, that was a bad one. All right, let's go back to minimum wage, $7.25 per hour in America. So, look, let's take that base number, right? $7.25. Now, minimum wage in Australia is more than double that, alright? Now, I mean, no one's updated that yet, saying me what the minimum wage in Australia is. But let's say, even if it's over $15, which I know it is, We got 7, I mean, look, the cost of living is about 40-50% higher. So, I mean, this is very rough, actually. Price of oranges is cheaper in Australia. How's that? Get a load of that. Come over here, cheap oranges. Orange juice is more expensive, though. Was it? Who knows? So, that's the thing, is, yeah, it costs a bit more, but you get more money in the end. Now, is this a result of the minimum wage at that level? Who knows? Is it result because our country is the best? Probably. I'm going to say that. I'm going to go with it's because Australia's better. If in doubt, Australia is better. Go back to that one. So, what we got here? Oh, got spam. Booger boy, spam. Thanks for that, mate. That was useful. That's a nice comment. What is it? Doxonson. Oh, yeah? You what, mate? I don't know. Come on, who's got it? Minimum wage in Australia. Anyway, moving on. So anyway, do you think it's good, bad? I don't think it can hurt. It can't hurt. I mean, what's wrong with putting it up a couple of bucks? I mean, CEOs certainly can put it up. No, get me wrong. I mean, companies got a right to pay the CEOs what they want, but still, what do you think? Minimum wage, let me know. You think it should go up or down? Chuck it in the comments here. What do you think? YouTube's not keeping up here, so just bear with me. Like I said in the, I think it's in the description. Yeah, just wait a few minutes. Just wait a few minutes. So we'll come back to the minimum wage stuff, eh? Miley Cyrus, I was talking about Miley Cyrus, I started on that. Miley, that was disgusting, wasn't it? Absolutely disgusting. Cannot believe it. Don't stop. I stopped watching. Turn it off. That's what you do when you don't like something. I mean, people can whinge, let's get this degeneracy off screen. The children, my children, think of the children. I mean, quite simply, turn it off, don't watch it. Stop buying MTV crap, stop watching the channel. I mean, no need to bloody ban TV. No need to burn TV and stuff like that. I mean, not that I heard about people burning their TVs, but I'm sure someone thought of it, at least. I'm sure someone thought of it. I mean, I certainly felt like burning my screen, but, I just close the window. It's sort of the same. Maybe you can get a little thing that flames come out when you close the window when you screen. Anyway, that's pretty silly. But look, that's the way it works in capitalism. You stop watching. look, MTV's already looking at, losing a whole bunch of viewers for next year. I read that their, forecast for viewers is going to get right down. So, supply and demand, mate. Supply and demand. The people are demanding that not be on TV, and people are supplying elsewhere, so they're moving elsewhere. Trust the free market. $15.96 from Matt. Thank you very much, Matt. Very much appreciated. $15.96. So that's over double the US minimum wage right there. A little bit over double. Bit of $1.50 over, right? We don't have over 200. We don't have extra. It doesn't cost twice as much here to live. I mean, if you've got a certain lifestyle, maybe. You've got certain demands, maybe. But for the average Joe, living here, going to work, coming home, and does better off in Australia, I think. That's because I'm Australian. I'm biased. Always got that agenda going, don't I? Over 20 years is $16. There we go. I thought it was 21, Stevie B. I thought it was 21 that it cut off at. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's all the same. It's all good. Anyway, moving onwards. So, who knows? So, look, I think the big controversy with this MTV Miley Cyrus, if you can call her a woman, I think the issue with her is that people had an expectation. Once again, expectation is the precursor to all disappointment. Alright, stop expecting, you won't be disappointed. It's pretty simple stuff. Now, that's the thing, right? People have this expectation of Miley Cyrus as this, sweet, innocent, I don't know what other words, I don't know much about that stuff. So, that sort of person. And she turned out not to be. Well, I mean, maybe, who knows? I mean, she doesn't seem like even the same person. Maybe something's going on there, And, so, I think just stop watching. It's that simple. It's like on the, what was that song, Just Don't Look, on The Simpsons? That's showing my age, isn't it? Just don't look. Just don't look. Alright, now, maps. Yeah, I'll get to the maps, eh? How about I get to the maps? Somebody asked before. Who was it that asked before about the maps? I'll get to that in just a moment. Let me just flip over. These gloves aren't very good. I can tell that these aren't gloves for a clerk, that's for sure. So, the maps. Well, these maps are actually... they're maps of a real place. That's right, and real things too. I didn't sort it out too. Anyone that was watching last week will remember that I pointed out that these three maps are in wrong order. Still haven't fixed them up. So you can have a laugh about that yourself. And so what these maps are D-Day and the Allies' invasion of Europe on the 6th of June 1944. And this is 30th of June. This is the advances that they made. and you can see the different German army divisions and groups there and stuff. And this is 28th of July. That's 21st of July. So see, it's in the wrong order. Got that wrong. That's terrible. Still need to fix that up. Don't remember. Anyway, maybe I'll remember this time, eh? Let's see by next Sunday. Now that's something you keep an eye on, eh? See if I fix them up, eh? Anyone that doesn't will get a shout out from me. All right, now that's just a newspaper. That's not maps, eh? It's not really relevant. Now this one is England. You see, there's England. Red is England. Blue is Germany. Well, it's not Germany. This area is France, and there's Paris. And once again, another D-Day map. That one's Saint Mary-Église. I don't know how to say the name properly. It's probably some French stuff. So, yeah, that's a paratrooper map. Paratroopers are interesting. Always like paratrooper stuff. So, we got here. Put up, yeah, that stars. Yeah, put it up. Put it up. Let's go, yeah, let's go get that damn money off those damn richies, eh? Damn cash chuckers. Stick it to them. Bloody hell. That'd be alright, eh? What do you reckon minimum wage should be? What do you reckon? Eh? What do you reckon it should be? What do you reckon? Just double it? Maybe an extra 50% on that? Who knows what, 200%? 20%? 10%? Nothing. Hey, why don't you drop it? Anyone out there want to drop the minimum wage? Eh? Well, let me know. You want to drop it? Surely someone out there wants to drop it, eh? Sitting there, drinking your fine red wine with your banker's coat on. Oh, let's drop the minimum wage. Get the newspapers printing, and Murdoch would say. All right, now, what have I got here? Oh, I've got some interesting stuff. I could talk about nationalism stuff. Yeah, not talk about national. We'll come back to nationalism stuff, eh? We'll say that's a pretty interesting one. All right. Yeah, that's right. The UK. I was going to say, anyone watch my video about the UK's banning corroding influences? Eh? They're banning stuff they think's bad, like porn and degeneracy stuff they think of, and what they're doing. Bring back the stash. I will, mate. I'll get onto that. I just thought, just quickly on that, because I made a note of it in my mind. Isn't it interesting that, democratically they stop the serious stuff listening to their constituents, but when it comes to the banning porn stuff, they don't do it so much. Now, bring back the stash. That's right. Well, mate, I've got to shave every now and then. I've got to be able to walk out there and not look like a bum. So every now and then I do shave, and let's see. I mean, look, that's the thing, is that this whole channel thing's a little bit of a side project and doesn't take on any major emphasis right now. It is building slowly to that. So as time goes on and this starts to get me more, benefit me more and more, I can, seriousness levels rise. And, and you'll see some interesting moustache. I'm even going to get the moustache wax at one point. Put some designs in there, that'll be alright. See how it goes, see if you like it or not. Look at that, I'm all out of coffee, that's terrible. One thing about this is I can't put, it'd be nice if you could, maybe I can figure it out. Maybe there's some way, I think I can actually. I'm not going to try it, because I'm worried that if I press stop, it won't start again. So I'm not going to bother with trying to have a break. I'll figure that out next week, eh? Let's see how we go next week. I'll see if I can put in the break thing, see if that works. Actually, no, it does work, I think. Oh, I'm not going to try it yet. Let's see how I go. I'll finish these. I'll finish off my little thing. I'll take a 5-minute breather, and when I come back, we'll see if anyone's still around, and if they are, I'll continue on with a couple of other little things. So, oh, that's right. This is a subject everyone loves. Breasts. Who doesn't love breasts, eh? Boobs, they're awesome. Now, breastfeeding in particular is what I've got here. I thought, this is always something people discuss. What's your personal opinion? Do you think it should happen in public? Do you think people should cover up, or do you think it's a matter of going off by yourself? I mean, look, there's always going to be people that say, oh, well, it's natural. Well, there's lots of things that natural some people are going to say. There's other things that, look, what do you think? Let me know. Oh, hang on, look, let's leave that, see what the comments come through. We'll come back to the breastfeeding stuff in a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Minimum wage should be $0. People should be slaves if they want. Well, that's not really how slavery works, is it? Don't you sign up for something? Usually if you're a slave, unless you're a slave taken by force. Oh, geez, someone's going to rip me apart with that one. They're going to go, no, you privileged white man, you don't know nothing about slavery. Oh, geez, don't get me started about my ancestors and getting enslaved by the English. They came and took the Irish, don't forget about that. Alright, let's go. Now, $0 minimum wage. Well, look, if people, that's volunteer work, isn't it? People should be allowed to work for nothing if they want, and they are. I believe there is legal recourse to be allowed to work for nothing, as long as you sign the agreements. Now, look, I think, there's always that argument, because we got the next thing from Shammy Shanks again. Thank you very much, Shammy. You're very much a valued viewer. Thank you for tuning in. I saw you here last week. Excellent. So, oh, that's a bit naughty. Should the tax on second incomes be... What should the tax on second incomes be? Oh, okay. Well, look, I might have to, just before these comments go, we'll come back to that. Second income tax. All right, that's a really good one, mate. I like that. Jeez, I like you. Russell Coit. Hey? You go all right. Keep you around, eh? Now, libertarian plan to combat degeneracy. Well, see, the issue is degeneracy is subjective. Objectively define degeneracy, and perhaps then you can start to combat it. But then again, see, the free market's always going to fulfill demand. If there's a demand for something, it'll fulfill supply, and it'll provide jobs. I mean, you're against degeneracy. Some people could argue you're against jobs. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's jobs being anti-degenerate. And that's the thing. Maybe there is. And, all right, so, don't know, Shammy. What's the libertarian plan? Well, you know what? No. Here's the best thing. This is how things work, right, in minarchist libertarianism societies. If you want to encourage something, you lower taxes on it. Or you give a tax incentive. So you give people, tax return comes in, oh yeah, you get an extra tax break for being anti-degenerate. That's what you do. Problem fixed, mate. But no one likes paying taxes. And people will avoid paying taxes if they... What's the best way to avoid paying taxes? Do it legally. That's the best way to avoid paying taxes. Nothing wrong with avoiding taxes as long as you do it legally. And that's what it allows, So, there we go. This problem, comes up top of my head sometimes. It does. Now, do you know anything about why old statues' penises... Oh, there's that word. Shouldn't say that one out loud. We'll say Johnsons. Yeah, we'll call them Johnsons, for this channel. But I mean, because we're being something... Maybe I could say it's scientific. Anyway, covered up. Yes, this is cultural Marxism. Yes, that is cultural Marxism. And why is it bad? Well, it's basically trying to tell us that our culture is something to be ashamed of, which is not what our culture is about. No, that's right. What is our culture? Some people will say. Well, what isn't our culture? That's what I'd say back. No, answer that one. Yeah, did the old slip. Yeah, that's right. So what should taxes be? Let's see if anyone comes back to that. That's right. Let's see. Taxes on second incomes be? I think they should be lower than your first income. That's what I think. I think that taxes on your second job should be lower than your first job. Why? Well, because if people are taking on a second job, they're taking on a second job for damn good reason. Because they want to make more money. Why do they want to make more money? Because they like to spend their money. What happens when you spend money? Makes jobs. That's right. You can't spend money unless there's someone there to hand it over to. It's pretty simple stuff in the end. So, I think that... Oh, there goes my dart. Oh, got a dartboard here. Sorry about that. Can't have me foot stepping on that. I'm not actually wearing any shoes. Right? I shouldn't tell you what I'm not wearing on camera, eh? Anyway, should be lower. Because, I mean, if people are taking on a second job, they're doing it to make money. And they shouldn't be punished because that's all that tax is. It's a type of punishment. I mean, look, it's not always a type of punishment. I mean, taxes sometimes are necessary, but if you're putting heavy taxes on something, it's a punishment in a way. And so, I mean, by having a higher tax on your second income than your first income, you're effectively punishing people who take on second jobs, which is not the reason why people take on second jobs. The reason why people take on second jobs is because they need money. And so, if they need money, why are you taxing them more? Don't understand why. So, anyway... What's going on? Oh, look at this, eh? Got some more people. Oh, well, can't say that, mate. That's a derogatory racial term, mate. You've got to have a bit more respect than that. Believe in Casper, naughty, eh? You go and ask your mummy why you shouldn't say that word. Now, so, our indigenous folk, well, look, I mean, that's the thing, is adaptations to environment, mate. I mean, look, when we turned up here, when more white fella ancestors turned up, they didn't deal too well with the environment, and many of them did rely upon the indigenous folk to survive. So just remember that. I'm sure America had plenty of that, but I mean, America's a bit nicer. You guys have got more water, I believe, is basically the way it goes. But you guys had the Native Americans help you out, and isn't that what Thanksgiving's all about, eh? Yeah, that's right. Check yourself. So, I think I'm very happy with my second income tax. I do think that was a great question, mate. Really great question, Russell Coit. Very much appreciated. I think that's got to be the best question so far tonight. I think one of. No, let's not go say the best, because I don't want to offend other people, eh? Don't want to bother them. So, Everyone knows China doesn't rule the world, Matt. What is, jeez, who's been telling you these fibs? China doesn't rule the world. Who's been telling you that? No, not at all. China's a paper tiger, mate. They look scary, but there's nothing to them. That's all it is. So look, maybe I'll come back on that. I'll write down China, eh? Let's see what we go with then a bit later. China. Because, I mean, look, China's not to be discounted. You don't want to underestimate your enemy, and you also don't want to tell your enemy that they're your enemy if they think they're your friend. So, anyway, you don't want to get onto that one, eh? And commies might be watching. If degeneracy is character, then how do you propose spreading a libertarian ideal to support the libertarian sense of no harm in action relative to self and similar sense of respect? You're going to have to think about that one, mate. I don't want to stall the show. I don't want you all sitting there going, "Geez, this is getting boring." He's thinking. It takes me a bit, you know. It's got to tick over. Maybe if I warm up the head a bit. No, it's just an itch. Just got to scratch hold on. Oh, so GMC character. Propose spreading libertarian ideal. Support libertarian sense of no harm in action relative to self. Self-determination. Because degeneracy is subjective, it is objectively more right, correct, and morally just to allow people to self-determine themselves into that. I don't think that's even answering. So that's one thing that doesn't seem to be there. Look, I mean, the thing is, what you're proposing that the libertarian ideal is anti-degenerate, and I don't think that really is what it's. There's not a focus on it. I'm not aware of it. Maybe there is in some fields of it. So, once again, I'm not a spokesperson for libertarianism. I'm just myself speaking my political beliefs. So don't sit there and go, "Oh, this guy's typical libertarian." Maybe I am a typical libertarian because I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe libertarians don't know. I don't know. Don't want to badmouth anyone. So let's go on. Let's go. That's a good one, Oswald voice. Jeez, I think you might have also almost beaten Russell. Jeez, hey, Russell. Jeez, you got to keep up with this one, mate. This is good. I don't know. That just strikes me as something in there's not adding up, Oswald. I don't know, because is that what we're going with? Degeneracy is character, isn't it subjective to the individual? That's what we're going with. If degeneracy is like subjective to the individual, how do you propose? I mean, the thing is, there's not really spreading the libertarian idea. I mean, it's more so, people are either libertarians or they're not. There's no spreading it. I mean, it's basically making people realise that they're either libertarians or they're not. And, someone's going to go, "Well, I'm a libertarian." Or someone's going to go, "Well, no, I'm not. I'm an authoritarian." Or they're going to go, "Well, no, I'm not. I'm a hippie," or something. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway. That's good. I'm going to have to come back to that, Oswald. Maybe build on that, mate, if you can. Maybe build on that. Build on what I was saying to. Add to it if you can, mate. Anyway. Alright, let's see here. Oh. Should there be an income? Nice spelling there, believe. Where you punish people for unprotected sex. Well, how are you gonna monitor, mate? How are you gonna monitor this tax? Because it's not like you get receipts every time you have unprotected sex, It's not like there's bank transfers and stuff like that. What do we do? Do we put cameras on the end of everyone's Johnsons? Do we put them in people's bedrooms or what? I don't know. If that's what you want to do, I mean, if your agenda is to cut down on unprotected sex, then the best way would be to give tax breaks to condom companies. That's what you do. And I mean, anyone that, if you buy condoms, you get a tax break. That's what you do. I mean, that's how you fix it in a libertarian society. You lower the taxes on it, or you give a tax incentive. That's the other thing you could do. So, give some tax incentives to condom companies and anyone that invests or funds or research, birth control. That's the one. Birth control, mate. There it is. So I'm running low on coffee, mate. I might need to go get another one. I won't pause it. I won't stop the broadcast. I'll just leave the broadcast going and it'll come back. All right, so we'll give it 5 minutes in a bit. So don't go anywhere. All right, don't go anywhere. If I come back and everyone's left, it's going to hurt my feelings. All right. Might even take away the giveaways. No, I won't take away the giveaway. Someone will get that giveaway. Don't remember. Don't remember. Don't say words like that. That's terrible. Don't forget. Leonardo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Now, I know that a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm a bit old for toys. Mate, it's nostalgic. Everyone remembers Teenage. Didn't you love playing with Teen? Remember watching Teenage Mutant Shredder? Eh? Jeez, that was an awesome show, eh? So, remember, video response. That's all you need. Video response. Not necessarily the first one, but the first one's going to be with the best chance. Because that's the one that's going to excite me most. That's right. The person who makes the first one is going to excite me the most, and they're going to be in with the best chance to win Leonardo and have it sent to them. It'll just be standard postage. So if it's, somewhere, let's say you live in, I don't know, Azerbaijan or something like that, it might be a couple of weeks. If you live in the USA, it'll be like 2 weeks or so to turn up, standard postage. And I will come and post a video when I've done letting you know that it's in. So, I've got some more comments here. Let's see here. Alright, hey, I'm a huge fan of your work. Please mention me. Josh Gould. Actually, you've never heard of me. Awesome. Thanks, I like that. That's good, Josh. That's a nice one. Pity I didn't actually read the first comment first. I actually saw that all at once. I mean, look, nice. Timing is crucial in comedy. Something I probably need to learn more about. Now, what do we got here? Favourite World War II era fighter plane, and do you play War Thunder? No, I don't play War Thunder, mate, but I have heard about it, and I am keen on actually trying it out. I do believe War Thunder is the one with the planes. Yeah, I've got to write that one down, War Thunder, because I was talking to a mate at, where was I? I was doing something, and I was talking to some random chap, and he mentioned, because I was talking about World of Tanks, started talking about World of Tanks, and he said, try War Thunder. So, my favourite... Spitfire, that's an easy one. Spitfire. Then again, there is DC-130s. DC-130s are interesting. Lancasters. Hey, mate, there's so many. I mean, you can even look at some training. I mean, if you read some of the autobiographies and stories from, some of them even like the training ones, like Mosquito, I think was one. What was another one? Well, I know there wasn't a trainer. They did use it at the start. Kitty Hawks, I'm a fan of the Sabres, though. I think it was not the Sabres. What were they called? American. I've never banned the American stuff. Never really liked it. Like Spitfire. It's a beautiful piece of work, isn't it? Beautiful. If there's any machine that is actually beautiful, it is the Spitfire. That is for sure. Now, Oswald, are you implying that libertarian ideals do not support a sense of character that recognises senses of an individual's persons and that it wouldn't have impacts upon a culture's sense of character? Yes, but see, the issue I think here is that you're implying and correlating that in a libertarian society, degeneracy will prosper. Which, I mean, what you're implying, I mean, the only thing that could happen is if there was, if that was what the significant, as in 99% of the people wanted. The thing is, there is a portion of the population that don't want that. They do want to strengthen their culture, they do want to strengthen their community, and they do care, and the thing is, in a libertarian society with free market, they'll be able to, produce so much more based upon what they want to invest their time in. I don't know if that's the best answer, but the thing is, it's just about self-determination. I mean, the thing is, there's not much freedom when people don't have a choice to not do this stuff. I mean, we need to really set the foundations that there's no shame in people doing, something that cultural, or is that cultural Marxism to start changing culture now? I mean, no, traditionally, there's been nothing wrong with wanting to work hard, have a family, be a good person, dress nicely, and there's, what about the days when people used to not swear around women? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not coming from some holier than thou and I'm better than everyone. I'm terrible. I have terrible manners and I'm terrible. I'm just saying, is that the sort of thing that you're talking about? Because the thing is, I guess in a more libertarian society, you would have a right to say to people, hey, don't speak like that. Only idiots speak like that. What are you, some scumbag? I mean, that's the thing, is that in a, more of a Marxist society, you can't do it. Discrimination, it's hurting feelings, my feelings. I don't know, I'm not really in the political. I'm trying my best here, Oswald. I'm not really in the political. I've got so much going on, but it's really appreciated. I don't know, maybe you can add something to that. Or maybe I might come back, I might even add a video, make a video about that, you know, because that's good. I get so many of these good things coming through, really appreciate it. What you've said is, here we go, most insanely idiotic things. Well, I say lots of idiotic things, that's alright. I've ever heard. Oh, yes. Okay, that's right. Oh, it's, as soon as I got halfway through that, Matt, I remembered that's Billy Madison. That's right, that was nice. I like how you cut the timing, mate. Timing's crucial. So, being that I haven't had no more comments come through yet. Come on, send some more comments through, guys. Jeez, Oswald, you've really got me good, eh? I think it really just comes down to the individual's subjective point of view, as if they want to, what they view as degeneracy. I mean, what's someone, say for example, staying up late at night? Some people might see that as degenerate, you know, because it undermines society. If people don't go to bed at a certain time, they'll be tired in the morning, and you can't trust people to sleep the right amount, so maybe we should regulate, you know. Yeah. Who knows, eh? Who knows? I'll tell you what, this one's been going pretty good. This episode's been going on well, you know. How's this, eh? Oh, this is how well notes come into play when you're doing a live event. Spilling coffee on your notes is not recommended for anyone at all. Not recommended. Do not do it, people. So what's going on here? Because this one, I'm going to have to double check that I'm not getting extra comments coming through from some people, because I've got... Oh, this is terrible. It's terrible. Alrighty, so anyway. No, I'm not, I'm just reading that again, Oswald. No, I'm not implying that. No. Why drink coffee at this time? I don't know, mate, because I like my coffee. I like coffee. No, Juju, that doesn't sound, that's not a very good choice at all. Not that I'm personally against people doing whatever they want in their own houses, but I myself would not be doing that. That's not a good life decision at all. Stuff's not even a gateway drug, mate. That's past the gateway and through the toll gates. That's a Brisbane joke for anyone watching from Brisbane. You deleted it. What did you delete? Oh, I hope you didn't delete your comment. Oh, that's terrible, Oswald. Oh, well, Spitfire's different. Yes, Russell. Yes, indeed. Drink a Jaeger bomb live. Jeez, mate, I don't have any Jaeger here. Be alright if I could. So, what did I have here? Look, okay, I got two more things. I got the big chat. Nationalism, education, and cultural Marxism. Gonna have a bit of a rant about that, okay? So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have to put up a little sign just saying back in 5, because I really need to go take care of a small piece of business. Get it? Small, eh? Hey, anyone pick that one up? I'm sure you did. So, I will, just bear with me. I'm just sneaking behind you here. Don't worry, I'm just standing behind you. It's alright. Do you guys actually feel like I'm standing behind you? Or am I standing behind your monitor? That's more so, eh? I have to be standing... No, that's right, something like that. Anyway, and, oh, here we go. There's the last bit right there. Alrighty, too easy, guys. Now, I am going to go and quickly wet my whistle. And everybody stick around. Actually, one thing I can ask you all to do in the meantime, while you wait for yours truly to get back, is please jump onto your social media right now. Open up a tab, because I'm about to take a break. Jump onto your social media and say, come and watch this guy giving away a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Leonardo toy to someone. Surely you know someone out there that's got a webcam and would be more than happy to jump on and send a video response to something I've said. Keep in mind that tonight's episode is recorded and will be active on my account pretty quickly within, you know, just give it half an hour or something like that. And, you know, you'll be able to review some of the things I've said, and you will be able to make a video response to some of the things I've said. You can just make a video response wanting the turtle, don't forget that. Don't forget that. So come on, guys, get your stuff together, jump on your social media, tell your friends to come and watch, tune in. We'll have a bit of a chat about nationalism, we'll talk about education systems, we'll have a talk about cultural Marxism too. And, you know, I think tonight's episode is going to run right to the time limit, and, you know, and we'll certainly have some fun. Come back to the second income tax a little bit more, even though I've already talked about that. I'll come back to everything and I'll give everything a quick revision. So everyone stick around, don't go anywhere, and I will certainly be right back. Give me, I don't know, 6 minutes? No, not 6, that's terrible. Don't say 6, no, that's too many. 5.5 minutes, I'll be right back. Alrighty, exciting stuff, I'm back. There we go, I had to loosen this up a bit. This was squeezing my brain out of my noggin. Alrighty. I feel like I almost need a stool in here, eh? Standing here for this long. Jeez. Alright, what do we got? Let's see who came through here. Which Australian political party is pushing for multiculturalism? Definitely the Greens, mate. Definitely the Greens. I'll take my gloves off. That's one thing about those gloves. They're very warm. Not suited for my subtropical environment here at all. Maybe that's something I could do in the future. No, I like them. They're my happening gloves. That's for when nuclear winter comes. They're my nuclear winter gloves. Can't give them away. No, then again, you know, you'll keep them your whole life and no happening will ever happen. So, let's go here. What we got? Spam while we wait. Cool. So, yeah, no, political party, multiculturalism. Yeah, look, it's definitely the Greens party, I think. Definitely the Greens party. They're the ones that are definitely doing most of the dirty work with that stuff. Yeah, you know, it's always the Marxists, mate. You always go back to Marxists. Russell Coy. Yes, indeed, I am from Brisbane. I apologise for coughing. Yes, I am from Brisbane. Thank you very much for tuning in. Where are you from? That's something you can answer in the comments. Or you can not say, I don't mind. I'm not the government. Now. Alright, now. Where we go. Oh, no, Matt. No, you can't turn up. Don't you dare tell people where I live. Jeez, that's naughty. Turning up and destroying my live show. What sort of destructive mentality does that? Jeez. Alright, now. Going back to some of the things we're talking about. Let's see. Give me a quick moment here. Yeah, that's right. I'll emphasise that again. If you are watching, it looks like a couple of people dropped off. That's alright. People have got lives. It's getting to 8:30 PM here, so people have got lives. Maybe they're getting tired, they're going to sleep or whatever. But one of the things that you can certainly do is jump onto your social media right now and go to your friends list, find people who are online and say, look, come watch this guy. Come watch this guy. He needs people to watch him, alright? And maybe they'll get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Leonardo. Hey, wouldn't you like to see your friend with this? You can go play with him. See, he moves his arms. It goes this way, it goes that way. You can even turn his legs around backwards. Look, that's pretty cool. Have him that way, you know? Lots you can do with him. So anyway, I mean, lots of fun. Definitely worth trying to get yourself. So, let's see. Here we go. Oswald, mate, if degeneracy is relative to a society's integrity of character, how would you recommend spreading libertarian ideals to counter this? Well, see, the thing is, it's not so much about spreading libertarian ideals. It's about libertarianism allows an environment that counteracts that. That's the thing. It allows them, you know. So I mean, look, it just allows them, you know. That's the thing, is it doesn't restrict people who are anti-progressive, you could say. You know, it protects traditionalists. It protects conservatives. That's the big thing with the libertarian society. The main focus is the liberties of the people. So if people, unfortunately, look, I mean, one of the side effects is you do get people that are pretty degenerate. Yes, that does happen, but you do get the other side of the freedom coin, which is you get people that can be very conservative, all right? They can take on some really conservative, you know, behaviours and cultural behaviours and things like that. So, here we go. There we go. What do you think of that, Oswald? You got a good comment. Quality. I think I had something better in mind there. Didn't come through. Now, yeah, I think that's... oh, here you go. I didn't see the next one. And what aspects of libertarian ideals is relative to countering the effects, the example of degeneracy's form? I mean, that's the thing, is that there's not. The thing is, it allows people to take on that approach. That's the thing, is that, you know, you have freedom of religion, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So if people in their pursuit of happiness want to create you know, a culture or a society or a community that is anti what they view subjectively as a community is anti-degenerate, they have a right to do that. That's the important thing. That's how it combats that. If you want to go and live, you can. I think that's all right, you know. Stop encouraging people. Yeah, well, I'm not trying to encourage them to use social media. I'm saying use it to your advantage. That's what I'm trying to say, Russell. So don't take it too bothersome. I've got to whore it out somehow, alright? I've got to get the stuff out there. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to encourage people to log their whole life on social media and upload pictures of their meal and what they did after their meal passed through their body. That's not what social media is for. It's for telling people things. So just do it, and I'll stop saying more people. Alright, now, drinking coffee is the trait of a better and working man. Respect on the habit. Well, it's good and it's bad. It's one of those things. Caffeine is a drug. It is toxic. You do have to be aware that, you know, caffeine is quite a toxic, is it element? Whatever they're called. You know, it's not good. You can't have too much. You can overdose. You can die if you have too much caffeine go in your body. Difficult to do with coffee, but it is possible, especially if you make them very, very strong. So you have to be careful with that. So, alright, now, because this ties into a little bit of the stuff that you've been saying, Oswald. about, you know, the libertarian ideals combating degeneracy and stuff like that. So the thing is, like I said, you know, it allows people the liberty to pursue happiness, which would, if they want to create a community and they want to live in a certain way, you know, have a state that passes laws that, you know, are regulating things that aren't mentioned by the Constitution, then, you know, they can. And, you know, one of the ways that culture can be encouraged in the next generation is, of course, with education. And that's one of the things with our modern society that we see being a huge issue, is how there isn't a lot of freedom in education. It's very, very authoritarian, regulated part of society. Had a better word there. You know, it is very, very heavily regulated out of the whole, the children, we can't tell children terrible things, you know. I mean, that's the thing. So, that's right. It's been nearly an hour and I haven't even remembered to tell you about that stuff. So, all right, that'll come after that. So, you know, that's the thing, is that what you have is you've got the education system does lay the foundation for how a society does behave in some aspects, of course, because not all human behaviour is taught. Some is genetic, of course. Don't forget about that. So that's the thing, is that we got to install that, and that comes from the will of the people wanting to do that in their society. So unfortunately, what we do see a little bit in our education is a minority that's able to scare the majority into doing what the minority wants. That's what I think you see a lot more. You know, fear-mongering is a real thing that you see happening. So I haven't had any more comments come through. I don't know if it's because you guys are getting lazy and you're not saying anything to me. I hope that's not the case at all. Though we have dropped off on viewers from an hour ago. We did have twice as many an hour ago. So I do understand that it might stop coming through as much. Now, city of churches, Russell. So that would be Darwin. It's Adelaide, of course. Adelaide's all right. Never been to Adelaide. I wouldn't mind going, since I like churches. Churches are interesting. Don't like going to church. Bit boring, but it's all right. You know, you sit there, sing as loud as you want. Guy tells cool stories. You know, it's almost a religious experience, man. You know, so you know, but no, it'd be nice. I like architecture. I like old buildings. You know, and some churches they got some packer architecture. Tell you what, now, as you know, every now and then I talk about the happening. If you guys don't know what the happening look, before I talk about my happening stuff, because I mentioned the gloves. Go back to what this guy's talking about. Russell, somebody asked me that on the little advertisement video that I had for tonight's live event. They mentioned coffee. Now, coffee, yes, I do drink Nescafe, amongst several different brands, because there's percolated coffee. I occasionally have percolated coffee. Don't drink percolated coffee after about lunch, you know, otherwise you're up all night. So, yes, Nescafe, can't go wrong. You're not Australian if you don't drink Nescafe. Or, you could say, what, international roast, you know, that's what hard Aussies drink, I think. I think if you're a hard Aussie, you drink international roast, don't you? In a city types like drink Nescafe. Fancy. Alrighty, so we got here. Oh, hello, Dolfster. Someone that I have chatted to elsewhere online. Thank you very much for tuning in. Got a bit of different demographics coming into this one central point of the live event. So, going to the happening stuff. So how many of you buying precious metals, waiting for the fiat currency to crash? You know what's going to happen. You know all this, you know, multicultural Marxism, lack of nationalism, education going downhill. You know what's happening, eh? It's happening. That's right. And when the fiat currency crashes, you're going to need to have some precious metals to trade in. So what do I recommend? I recommend get yourself some silver. I got myself a little bit of silver, not much, just a little bit. So I've got a nice one there. See, that one's not out of the pack. So I mean, they're cheap as chips, mate. You go pick them up for, you know, what price of your dinner. You know, you go out for a nice dinner. That's a price of 2 ounces of silver. You know, why not? You know, be prepared. Now this one, bit excited with this one. Broke the casing. So I'm going to do what some coin collectors would be shocked at, and that's I take it out and I hold it and I touch it. And that's right, I touched it. That's what she said. So I touch it, and yeah, look, it gets a bit scuffed, and yeah, it's not as shiny as it was, but geez, that fungies, it feels different in your hand, eh? A bit of silver, eh? Feel like a Lannister. The Lannisters have gold, not silver. Any Game of Thrones fans out there be able to tell me what what family crest is more closely linked with silver, or is it the Lannisters, or is it like the Iron Bank or something? I think the Iron Bank would be a bit more silver, wouldn't they? Yeah. But anyway, they're alright. Have a look at your local coin shops. Coin shops are a good place to start. I know that's where I got mine from, one in Brisbane, anyone who lives in Brisbane. And, yeah, have a look around. I mean, look, you can find them online. You can order them online. Let's see, what else we got here? I'm a bug out bag, mate. Don't really have so much of a bug out bag. I wouldn't say it's not really. Dolfster had a chat about Syria. I'll come back and I'll do a quick review on that, alright? So, my bug out bag, look. You know, best way of saying it, mate. Russell Coit, you want to know where my bug out bag is? It's in here. That's right. All the equipment that you need is out there. Where do you think our ancestors got it from? You know, I mean, it wasn't given to us by aliens. Then again, maybe it was. No, not going to get onto that one. It was not aliens. It was our brains that made those tools and equipment that you need. So, don't really need a bug-out bag. You need knowledge. Because what's the use of having a bug-out bag if you don't know what you can and can't eat, or you don't know where to get, you don't know what's dangerous? It's all in here, mate. All in here. So, bug-out bag is going to be a dead goanna over my shoulder. Won't need no dehydrated food, mate. Just go get a goanna. Here they're pretty good eating. Here they're all right. So, you know, look, you got to remember, let's not make a joke of survival, alright? In all seriousness, water, you've got to have some. Now, you don't necessarily need to have supplies of water. You know, some people buy crates of water. Now, you need to have access to water. You need to know where to find water, how to cure water, how to make it good to drink, how to make it drinkable water. You know, that's what you need to know. And having a month's supply of bottled water is all and good for a month, but what about at the end of your month? What are you going to do? Do you know how to get more water? Do you know where, what to do, how? I mean, what if the creek's not running? What if you don't live near a creek? You know, it's no good. You don't know how to get water out of trees. You know how to get water out of leaves? It's interesting. Go and look. Don't look now. Do it after my live event finishes. Go and have a look at, you know, what would be the best search term. Maybe someone can chuck that in. Chuck it in the comments. Best search term for finding out, you know, well, you know, survival, water, finding water in the wild, survival, something like that. Plenty of good. Actually, there is a good. Here we go. I think the guy's name's called God's One Marine. I think that's his username. He does YouTube videos. He's been making them for a little while. You can also look up bow trap, bamboo bow trap. He makes like a bamboo bow trap. He also makes like a figure 4 drop. He does a lot of different, like, you know, survival stuff. He shows you how to make some traps and things like that. I believe it is God's One Marine or something like that. Pretty good, pretty interesting stuff. 5 out of 5, pretty good, I'd say. Give him a burger, that's for sure. I don't know. I mean, having a site, Shammy. Nothing wrong with having a site. Do you think I should have my own site? I don't want my own site. Too much work. Too much work, mate. Jeez, that's terrible. Too much work. Getting lazy, eh? Goes against what I was saying about, you know. Oh, here we go. See, this is what I mean. See, look, we got. I'm gonna close this. I'm not gonna look at that one because the automatic updates aren't coming through that page. They're coming through this one much quicker. So, been looking at the wrong tab. What do we got? I was looking into buying silver. Any tips, Dolfster? When I was talking to the coin guy about it, I asked him, you know, I said, mate, might get a little bit of money at some point. Wanted to buy some silver. What do you recommend? And he said, buy everything in the store. No, of course, that's what he would say. No, look, it all depends what you want it for, doesn't it? Now, are you buying silver because you like silver and it's shiny and you like shiny things? Because if you're doing that, buy you know, some coins or something. Buy something that's nice and shiny and nice. If you're buying silver because you're scared of, well, not scared, but you're concerned of the happening and you want to use it in, you know, exchanges, you probably want to get, like, you know, a bar or a stick or something, you know, of it, something that you can shave bits off or cut bits off. You know, you can, of course, you know, just always go in the middle ground, go with an ounce coin, you know, because they look pretty, plus they serve the purpose of it's exactly 1 ounce. So, you know, if the happening happens and you have a whole stack of these, you can certainly, you know, purchase things with them. And it is up to a bit of debate how much 1 ounce of silver will be worth post-happening. Some people say about $100, others say about 1,000. Some people even say up to 10,000. But I don't think you can go that high. I think it's, you know, somewhere between option A and B. So, I mean, that's the thing is, there's lots of choices, Doc. I mean, look, there's the thing, you could buy like junk silver. That's one thing, is another option. Now, junk silver is not junk that's silver. It's like coins. Like, I mean, I wasn't really prepared for the silver part of tonight's show. I'll bring them for next episode. But you get things like 3p coins and 6p coins and florins, 50-cent coins in Australia from 1966. They got silver in them. So, you know, that's what's known as scrap silver and pretty junk silver. And, you know, that's got money, that's got value to it because it has silver in it. And, you know, that's something you can do. Or you can, you know, if you're a bit tight on coins, you know, you're a bit tight on the cash, you know, go and have a look at some garage sale, you know, go to like flea market to see if you can see what you can find around. Have a look through your relatives. No, don't, you know, get their permission first, but, you know, maybe some of your relatives have got some of those coins around or something, you know, and see maybe you can strike a deal. Or maybe, you know, maybe you've got a friend who used to collect coins and now he's sick of it, you know, maybe you can see if you can hook up with the old collection or something, you know. That's what I would reckon. And look, the other thing to do, Dolster, I would say, if you're interested in buying silver, watch some YouTube videos about it. That's what I just watched a couple of different guys talk about this and that. But, yeah, bit of fun, you know. It's nice to spend your money on something that's shiny, eh? Ladies like shiny things. Always impresses the ladies, having something shiny. No, if only you can make your Johnson shiny. Oh, jeez, anyway, that's terrible. Shouldn't even think about that. Now, let's go. Who we got here? That's right, well done. Plastic bag around the tree branch. That's right. Dolfster, have you thought about collecting cane toad poisoning for the happening? Not a lot of point to it, really. Not a lot of point to it, because it's not good for us. So you wouldn't want to, you know, poison something and then eat it when it's got poison in it. You know what you can use cane toad poison for? Apparently in America, you guys lick them over there and it gets you high or something. I mean, I've never heard of people doing that in Australia, but do it for that, I guess. You know, maybe there's someone out there who'll be, you know, supply and demand, the free market. If somebody wants that cane toad poison, they will pay for it. If you can supply it, find the demand. Now, Oswald, about character. Do you think that the libertarian principle of non-aggression implies a sense of character to each person's that is intrinsic and non-violable? I get that. I know what you mean. Libertarian principle, non-aggression plus sense. Depends. I'm getting a sense that. My libertarian sense is tingling. I'm getting a feeling there. Getting a feeling that you're implying that being a libertarian means that you can never be aggressive. I mean, I think that's a little bit incorrect, because I mean, look, that's if that's what you're saying. I mean, are you implying that the libertarian principle is non-aggression in its utmost? Because I don't think it is, of course, non-aggression. But I mean, when someone's aggressive to you, that's. I mean, you know, libertarianism isn't about pacifism. It's not about being a pacifist. You know, I mean, there is certain situations where you are fully justified morally, ethically, and legally to act upon that aggression that may be a response to certain situations. So, you know, the aggression itself is not justified, but the reaction to the response may be justified, and the use of aggression in that response would go hand in hand with it. So, see, that's the thing, mate. No, this comment stuff's going all over the place, so I'm just going to try my best to keep up, alright? So, under the statement below about non-aggression and intrinsic character, do you think it is important for libertarians to endorse an idealism relative to this count? Yeah, Oswald, yeah, you can, mate. That's look, I'm not saying that whether or not me personally that is my agenda to counter degeneracy. My agenda is that, yeah, look, if you want to live that, that's fine, mate. You can do that, and that's the. Do you think it's important? Yeah. If the person chooses to, they can endorse it. I mean, that's the thing, is that you can't enforce this endorsing. Like, you can't force your citizens to endorse it. You can, of course, educate them on it. And, you know, you can educate and use the education system on the next generation or lay the foundations of the libertarian idea and blah, 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 blah. But it also, you know, it would also be relative to the culture and, you know, how much of a change, how many different, you know, the spectrum of people, how different they are. Because if there's a lot of differences between individuals in the society, the labelling of degeneracy will be thrown against its own citizens, because there is that sort of spectrum. They're not all in the one sort of group. That, I don't know if that's making sense, but like, so the thing is, like, you do want to have people united, and you do want to have them on a common cause. And if as a country they are being anti-degenerate because there's another country that they view as degenerate, yeah, like, you know, well, that's like a country statement. That I think that there is a critical mass where a state can become too diverse, and so then instead of it taking on a national identity that's, you know, as a response to other national identities, it starts to sort of tear itself apart in a way. But I don't know, that's a bit of random thought. I think it's getting a bit. I think that I'll start to slowly wrap this up, because I do only have about 35 minutes before the episode will actually end from YouTube side, so I will have to start to wrap it up. But look, before I do move on to the next point, it's been very much appreciated. I just want to say again, thank you everyone that has been watching. Really appreciate it. I hope everyone's very clear on how they can school themselves at Leonardo, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I don't think they're teenagers anymore, are they? Don't know what they're called. I mean, you can't really call them adult Mutant Ninja Turtles. Got to keep with the, you know, the logo and everything. So let's go on. Dolster. I've seen the junk silver coins. They were cheap and 9 cents. So it was really old and worn. Yeah, look, Dolster. It doesn't really matter with they're worn. I mean, you're not buying this junk silver for the coin quality. You're buying it for the metal that's in it. It's like say you went to buy a car and the outside was a bit shit. You know, paint was coming off. But you pop the hood and underneath it, you know, it's all fine underneath. It's all spick and span and sweet. You know, it looks pucker. And a similar thing with that. I mean, even though the outside of the coin looks dodgy, inside it, the metal's still high quality. It's still fine. It's still just as pure and great as the day it was forged, or not forged, whatever they do with silver, you know. So, look, if it's cheap, the main way Dolster with junk silver coins, get to know some of the coins that you'll find. If you're in Australia, there'll be certain coins that will be more common than other ones. For example, you won't tend to find lots of like silver dollars from America, say. But in Australia, you would find more like 3p and 6p and stuff from before World War II or just after World War II. So, you know, be aware of the type of silver coins you're going to find in your country. You know, that's probably the first thing to do, and then get to know the percentage of silver in them, and or not really the percentage, but how much silver is in it. So if it has 1/3 of an ounce, you know, like you might go, oh, that's right, the florin has a 1/3 of an ounce of silver. So when you go and you see one of these sitting there for sale, you know, from, you know, Georgia or whatever, that has got the flea market stall, and you see that it's 1/3. You know, you see it's a florin, it's got 1/3 of the ounce of silver, and you go, ooh, that's $5. Now, silver's what, $20 an ounce? Well, you know, right there, you know, that's a score. You're paying for a quarter an ounce of silver, and you're getting 1/3 of an ounce of silver, so you win straight away. So that's just like anything, you know, you know, the more you know, the better you'll be. That's for sure. All right, now, oh, someone removed their, I don't know, I'm going to assume that you did that on purpose. Now, use it for arrows. Oh, I wouldn't use silver for arrows, mate. That's what you got steel for. That's what I'd say. Geez, I'd use anything but silver for arrows. I don't think silver's hard enough, is it? Silver's not hard enough for the metal for arrows, is it? I've never known of people use... There you go. That's something for you guys. Has anyone ever made silver weapons in history? I know that they've had like gold gilded armour and stuff like that, but has there ever been any like silver weapons or silver armour? I would imagine it'd be too soft. I don't want to bite my coin. You know, like you see people get the go hard and bite. I don't want to do that with my coin. I mean, I don't mind handling it, but I don't want to bite it. It might break my teeth. Jeez. I am quoting you on Libertarians having a sense. That's okay. I don't. If you're implying that because you're a libertarian, you can't have it. Oh, no, hang on, I didn't see next. No, under the ethical section of one's own person. Jeez, Oswald, that stumped me, that one. No, under the ethical perspective of one's own persons and properties being to be protected from non-aggressive, acknowledging how the law would recognise it. I'm not going to hold up on that one. I might be making it a bit too boring for the last half an hour focusing on that. Sorry, I can't get that. I think you're just commenting on something I've said, so I'll leave that in your hands. I trust that you're making a commentary. I think you just, I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, feel free to add something, Oswald, if you've got something you want to add on to that. So, yeah, I think, alrighty, so, just making sure, once again, I apologise about the comments, they've been a bit weird coming through and stuff. So, how's the feed been going? I should have asked this about an hour and a half ago. How's the feed been going? Has it been stuttering at all? I thought I might have fixed that issue. I don't know if I have because of my technical difficulties getting the feed going on time. I'm not sure if I fixed there's a bit of skipping in the last ones, a bit of skipping, a bit of like that, I mean, so I don't know if it's actually doing that and I've just made it worse. But anyway, review a couple of bits of tonight and then we'll wrap it up. I don't think I'll go the full half an hour, so if you want me to add something in this video, get your comments in right now. Get down in that comment box, type in your comment, press enter, send it to me. You've got about minute or two to do it, alright, before your time cuts off, alright, or not time cuts off, but before this starts to wrap up and I won't be able to comment on it too much. So once again, you got something to say, get in the comment box and say it right now. So, going over a couple of things that we did tonight, okay, because some of the people might not have been here for the entire show. Hour and a half, we did really well tonight, guys. So that's part of my review here, is thanking you all. No, seriously, this is not a joke. No, seriously, thank you everyone for watching. It's really sincere. It's been really appreciated. It motivates me and encourages me to do a bit more. Certainly having as many of you here watching as have been. Really appreciate it. Really impressed too. Actually did a lot better tonight. I had a lot more people watching tonight than I thought. Definitely improvement. I'll tell you what, if each week improves like this week did on last week, unstoppable, mate, unstoppable. But, I mean, look, once again, let's not forget what I said earlier. Expectation is the precursor to all disappointment. That's right. Don't forget that. Expectation always comes before disappointment. Always. You cannot be disappointed if you do not have expectations. So, once again, thank you, everyone. Really great. Sorry, I just double checked. Sometimes I think the comment's new, but it's old. Not old, just not as recent. Alright, so once again, yeah, look, thank you everyone for your support. I know that I've said, this whole social media thing, just share around, You guys know how to share stuff. Show your friends. Really appreciate it. Any of your friends, remember, tell your friends, a chance for them to win some stuff in the future. It's, worth sticking around. And you guys can always send me a message, inbox me, write comments on my videos. I will talk about stuff in the live events from, anything, mate. See how I go. Let me know. So, that's probably one big thing to focus on. Do give me subjects to be, or maybe if you want to, if you're watching one of my videos, you can pull up something on it, Video response. Send me a video response, people. It's the only way you're going to get Leonardo. You're not going to get Leonardo if you don't send a video response. So, send a video response. If you don't want Leonardo, tell me you don't want Leonardo, but still send the video response, because I really want the video responses to start coming through. And once again, you don't have to have your own cam to do a video for YouTube. You can find you can just do an audio. You can just record an audio thing and just put a picture of something on. That technically would count. So you got a microphone, you're right. Go for it. Record a quick thing, upload it. Bam, you're in with a chance. And don't forget, the person who does it first is in with the best chance, because they're the ones that will impress me most. Talked about Syria, talked about Tony Abbott, with the whole both sides of baddies. That's what I agree with. I ended up going, you know what, I agree with Tony. I think it is a bit of a baddie versus baddie. Maybe it's a really bad versus not so bad. But I do think it's still a bit of baddie versus baddie. So, oh, comments are coming through. Okay. I'll do a quick revision, then I'll jump onto these comments. I'll give you guys another couple of minutes to go type on your comments, all right? And then I'll do a quick review through there, okay? Now, yeah, so that was interesting. You can always check out the recording on YouTube if you want to get the exact conversation that I had and stuff like that. Got the, John, minimum wage. Minimum wage was pretty good. Had a good discussion. Some facts came through about minimum wage. Miley Cyrus, absolute degeneracy. Talked about the maps again. Might have to happen every week, I think, till people start. This is what'll happen. Is every live event, someone will ask what the maps are for. I'll explain, and eventually we'll get to the point where at some point in the future, people are going to know that's going to happen, and my wonderful watchers, you guys, will be jumping straight on it, going, "It's World War II. He's explained it a million times. I don't want to hear it again." That's what I expect of you guys, but I don't expect anything. Why? Because then I'll be disappointed. That's right. I think that's the thing to learn from tonight. You don't need to remember anything that I've said tonight. Just remember that. Expectation is the precursor to all disappointment. Talked about a bit of nationalism. That was all right. A bit of nationalism, a bit of education stuff, and cultural Marxism. Didn't really focus on the cultural Marxism. Oh, that's always going to be a recurring theme for me. Not a fan. Talked about a bit of breastfeeding. Didn't really talk about breastfeeding too much, did we? We'll come back to breast next week. That's always a good subject, hey? Jeez. Oh. Moving on, all right. Got the UK stuff. Didn't go on that. Hey, here's something. You guys ever had a tick? I had a tick on me the other day. You don't want to know where it was. Let's just say I had to take my pants off to get rid of it. So, yeah, tick. We're just going to talk about the paralysis ticks. I'll talk about that next week. I'll come back to that one. China. Oh, I didn't talk about China. Somebody mentioned China ruling the world, and I was laughing. That's right. Come back to that next week. All right. Lots of stuff. This is just going to keep stacking up. So I do apologise if you send me a comment and I don't get onto it, but I will try my best. Silver. Got to talk about Silver. And War Thunder. Check out War Thunder. Alright. Can't promise I'll get on anytime soon, but I will check it out and I will make a video. Because occasionally every now and then I am making a video about the game. So we'll do one quark, not in quantum physics here. Do one last quick check of the comments. And have a chat about that. And then I'll have to wrap up. And I'll have to love you and leave you. So, the poison, yes, Dolph Stump. I saw that before, yeah, the poison on. That's not a bad idea, actually. That's not too shabby an idea. Well, see, the issue is, I'd say with that, though, is there's other naturally occurring poisons in Australia that is way, way more toxic than it. But it's probably not as easy to get. Oh, no, some would, but it depends what you go for. Depends how good you are at chemistry, really. But look, not a bad idea. Somebody can jump on that, all right? I'll leave that little money-making venture for someone else post-happening, okay? Oh, it's nice to hear that Matt loves Oswald. That's awesome. It is a cultural phenomenon in America, I digress. Clear. I'm not sure. All right. This is the tricky thing about comments. They can't reply. But look, I appreciate every single one. Just don't get me wrong. I'm half talking to myself. Remember, this is live. There's no scripting. There's no me sitting here going, oh, I'll say this is the punchline. It's all got to be done on the spot, mate. And all I've got is a couple, where do they go? All I've got is, a couple of scribbles, mate. It's not like there's much. It's just a little bit of a scribble here and a little bit of scribble there. It's not much. It's all going to come out of here. So I appreciate every single one of your comments. It really does inspire me. No stunner. All right, excellent. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for that feedback. That's awesome. All right, who are you voting for this election? And why? Russell. Glad I got onto that one at this point, because it might take me a bit now. Look, I'm a bit of a swing voter. I'm not a very, I'm loyal to this party and this party. I certainly probably would say that I'm a bit of a nationalist when I vote. And I'm certainly libertarian when I vote. So, this election, I went from thinking about voting for Katter to, when Kevin Rudd came back, Katter said that he'd support Labor, so I went, oh, I'm not so sure about that. I don't know if that's the same status quo, but I went, reviewed the choices, had a look at Coalition. I thought, Coalition have got some interesting policies that I do agree with. Some not so much, but some that there's some that I'm really keen on, that I'd really like to see come through. But some of them I'm a bit like, meh. And the other one's Palmer. Palmer's an interesting one. I'm actually tempted to really vote for him. I read that he's might even drop income tax by 15%. Bam! Straight down. If there's anyone that can drop income tax that much and still balance the budget, hopefully it's Clive Palmer. I mean, the man's a rich man. He's made his wealth. You know, I mean, certainly. I mean, look, the thing is, I mean, look, Clive Palmer sometimes can overnight lose $1 billion, but the thing is, he's worth a lot, many more. So don't know yet. Only got 6 days. I've got to figure out. I better just pick, eh? Otherwise, I just go in there and draw doodles on it or something, eh? What do we got here? Oh, Dovster. What do I think about? Well, I don't think it's becoming that popular. I think that what people see on the internet is not necessarily reality. I mean, look, put it this way, right? You can go out in society and you can say, hey, have you seen Aussie Flying Ace? They're not going to know who you're talking about. Why? Because they don't go on the internet. There's a whole bunch of people that don't go on the internet, you know. So a lot of the stuff that you see online in some of the, you know, the deep, dark recesses and forums and stuff like that, you can't always take that as fact. It's not always the way it is, alright? So I don't think it's all that popular. I think that there's still a lot of people that want to live by traditional values. But if you really want a reason why, we'll just sum it up in 2 words: cultural Marxists. Yeah, let's just go with that one, eh? That works. Stevie B, I will add you on War Thunder once I've got it started up. I'll send you a message with my nickname on it, so that with my handle or whatever they're called. So if somebody else adds you going, oh, it's Aussie Flying Ace, man, you know they've just pulled your name out of the comments. I mean, wait for I'll send you a message, because I won't be doing it straight away. It'll be in a couple of days at the least. It might even be more than that. Australian Motoring. Oh, Matt, when's your next live? Every Sunday, mate. Every Sunday. They're going to be done every Sunday. My live video streams will be coming through every Sunday. There will be the live show. Unless something serious happens, in which case I will put a video on my YouTube channel letting people know that it'll either be postponed to the week after or maybe done on a different night. So every Sunday, don't forget, mark it on your calendar now. The time is not set in stone. Tonight's show started at 7:30 p.m. Last week started at 6 p.m. Next week, I might even go a bit early. I might start at 4:35. Stay tuned to my channel. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned to my channel, and you will find out exactly when the next one will start. It will come out a couple of days before. Okay. So I'm just working out the equilibrium for people. Tonight's show's actually been a bit better. I don't know. Gotta wait and see. I don't know. Might leave it. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think this time's good? 7:30 to about this time? I mean, got Americans here. The Aussies are probably all right. Maybe the Aussies prefer it a bit earlier. You don't know. So, what we got here? Monty Hammond. Can I recap? Mate, I just did a quick recap. Did a quick look. I'll do a very quick recap. Come back onto my channel in about 20 minutes, half an hour. You can watch the whole show. It's recorded. It's not going anywhere. So, you know, or you can always rewind it back to the start if you want to watch the whole thing. But just another quick recap for you, mate, Monty Hammond. We did a chat about Syria, mainly about Australia and England and stuff with Syria. Not really Syria itself or anything from Syria. Did a stuff about winning the turtle, mate. Monty might have tuned in because he's interested in winning Leonardo. Very quick video response. Send me a video response to this one is fine. You can actually do a video response to one of my other videos just at the start. Say video response Leonardo, you know, make some mention of it, and I will most certainly be watching it, and I'll jump on that. Don't forget, first video response will be in with the best chance, because that one will be the one that impresses me the most. Don't forget, I actually want to give him away. Like I said, I was going to do it at 250 subscribers, but it doesn't bother me. I want that to go to a happy home. Okay. Now, what else we talk about? Talked a little bit about the minimum wage. Talked about raising the minimum wage in America versus the minimum wage in Australia, and you know, some of the results of that, what happens with it and stuff. It's an interesting chat. I think we'll certainly build on that in the future. Explain the maps again, Monty. People didn't know what the maps were. I had to do another explanation. I'll probably have to do it again next week for the new people that come through again. And did a bit about Miley Cyrus. Talked about degeneracy. Talked about degeneracy and some of the things about, some people's opinions on it. And, that was interesting. Mentioned breastfeeding. Was going to come back to breastfeeding. I'll do that next week. I'll put that in next week's schedule for our discussion next week. And, that was a great question too. I think that really was my favourite. Look, Oswald really did challenge my mind with his questions, but the one about the second income tax, great question. Did a little chat about second income taxing it, and I basically said if you have a second income, if you have a second job getting income from, it means that you need money, so why are we taxing it more? Second jobs should be taxed less than first jobs. All right. A couple of hours talked about silver, talked about buying silver. Okay. What do we got? We've got a couple more coming through. I do have a bit more time. We are wrapping it up though. How come you support a leftist like Katter and a righty like Palmer? Good question, mate. I don't know. I think it's because I'm such a swing voter. I think that by having a bit of Katter and a bit of Palmer, I think it's an equilibrium thing. I've always been a bit like that politically. I prefer two extremes. I was chatting with some friends actually, and they mentioned this about how you're better off having two extremes than a moderate, because two extremes will work something out. Moderates won't. Middle people in the middle won't. They're too worried about offending a certain demographic or bothering a certain demographic and not getting that vote. They're trying to appease to everyone and get the majority vote. So going with two extremes, you're going to get something done. And on top of that, you should actually have a search on Katter and Palmer. They had a bit of a debate the other day, and they agree, mate. They get along marvellously. So, how would that be? Mate, that would be a dream. Katter and Palmer run the country. Oh, jeez. Couldn't wish for more. Couldn't wish for more. Alrighty, let's see how we got here. Another one for War Thunder. Yeah, Russell, I'll add you too. Write down all the topics. Of course, mate. Yep, no worries, Dolphster. This week I've had notes, unlike last week. I didn't pour me coffee on last week. And I'll do a little sign too for when I do my little mid-show break, because I'm if every show I do goes for 2 hours, I've got to have a break. I need to do something, whether it's take care of business or make a fresh coffee or something. 2 hours. It flies because I'm having fun, but, it goes. So I have to make a nice little sign, for anyone that tunes in and comes in. Look at this. This is great. I've got more people tuning in at the end. Well, it's not great because I wish you were all here at the start, but that's all right. You're all here. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Really appreciate it. And we've got someone confirming 7:30 is good for them. They're from Sydney. Excellent. We've had some people from Sydney, some people from Adelaide. We've had some people from Brisbane too. So this is excellent. We've had some international people too, so this is fantastic. And I think that just about wraps it up, don't you think, guys? Hasn't this been fantastic, eh? Hasn't this been wonderful? I'll double check and see if there's anything else to come through, but otherwise I think that's about a wrap. Oh, geez, here we go. This is what I mean, see? Geez, here we go. No, see, that's what X1, which you can watch it again, but it won't be live. But it is live right now. But it's being recorded. You know what I mean? You're having a joke. Good joke. Top level. Got to get one of them, eh? What do you reckon? Get one of them top level. Should I get Top Gun? Oh, I'm thinking about getting just the Top Gun. Now I don't think the top level is too. Yeah, it's too like a Legion style. I feel too lame, I feel like such a new fag of Top Gun though, because it's from the show and everything, and now the people are recognise, you seem a bit more normal and whatnot. Or maybe wear it in an episode or whatnot. Hey, maybe I can even give it away. It's an idea. Maybe I'll get one, give it away. That'd be an idea for the future. All right, yeah, get some parm at the pub, mate. Tasty. Chicken parmigiana, That'd be all right. And Chips and Mix, did you talk about smokes and tobacco regulation? Oh yeah, look, regulation. Oh, I'll come back. I'll put that one in for next week. But when you say for regulation, do you mean taxes, or do you mean with the regulations around it, like like plain packaging and the warnings on it, and like not advertising on TV, not advertising at sport events? Not going to schools and giving free giveaways, stuff like that. Is that what you mean by regulations? Or you're pointing to taxes? Because I'll come back to that one next week. I've got a good couple of things. Got a good couple of things for next week. That's for sure. I'll be looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to next week. You guys looking forward to next week? Well, that'd be great. Might even just do it the same. What do you think? 7:30 work good for everyone? I mean, everyone's here right now. Might go for 7:30. We'll go for 7:30. We'll stick it for now. 7:30 for next week. We'll write it down and write it down. Book it in your calendars. Keep in mind, you know, that's going to be in 7 days. Come watch again. It'd be awesome. You know, you guys had fun. I've had heaps of fun. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, look, here we go. We've got some people coming through. I'm Crime Oregon. Crimi Oregon? I don't know, is that a place? I'm from Oregon? I know where Oregon is, that's America, mate. Monty, excellent, thanks for watching, mate. I love Americans, they're awesome. Really do. I mean, I might give you guys a bit of shit, but just remember, Aussies give everyone shit. We give each other more shit than we give anyone. Look, interesting, excellent, thanks, XE1. Really, I love the feedback. I love people giving me feedback. Totally wasn't bored out of my brain. Excellent, I'm glad. That really makes my day, mate. I can't wait for next week, eh? I'm going to have to jump on this, you know, I've got another video. I'm going to actually got another episode coming out, Aussie Flying Ace. I'll put that on tonight. It's going to be an interesting one. Bit of a silly one, but hopefully it'll give people a chuckle. So that'll be up sometime in the next hour or two. I'll chuck that one on now. And then I'll get the next episodes going in tomorrow and the day after. Now, with regards to that, I had a bit of a think about my episodes. Daily's good. I like releasing a video every day, but I'm not going to be able to promise daily, so I'm going with every second day. I'm planning for, you know, I basically try to put 4 a week out, but the way that I've sort of getting it done recently is I'm getting 5 or 6 out every week, you know, so, or sometimes 7, you know, so see how we go. I'm keeping myself to trying to get at least 4, absolute minimum 3 every. See how we go. More people see, it's great. That's excellent. I've been having heaps of fun. So everyone know, thank you very much for tuning in. Awesome. Ships and Mix, I'll add that too. So I'm going to have to sit down, review these comments, and chuck down some of the things that I didn't talk about tonight for next week. And I'll also have to get on to making my new episode for you guys. And we'll go from there, eh? So once again, thank you everyone for watching. It's sad to sort of leave. I know you're all watching. So don't forget, tell your friends if they want to win the Leonardo. I hope that you guys are going and planning your video responses right now, because that's all you need to do is make a video response, talk to me about whatever I talked about, any of my videos. Tell me what you think about my videos. Tell me what you think about me. I'll give you a tip though. If you make a 5-minute video response in which you abuse the crap out of me and call me every name under the sun, it's probably going to diminish your chances. Just to let you know. But I'll still enjoy watching it. So, I think that just about wraps it up, I think. So, excellent. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all very much for watching. Now, don't forget, this is something to look forward to. How many of you grew up playing Final Fantasy VII, eh? I brought this baby a couple of years ago. Taking up a bit of room, need to make some room. So, we'll be going sometime in the future, eh? Somebody let me know the other day. They told me apparently this thing's worth like $100. It's unopened. It is open. Is open, but it's in good nick. Nothing wrong with it. No scuff marks, no blemishes, no nothing. Bit of dust. That's about it. I didn't want to wipe it down. I just thought I'd leave the dust on it, you know. So you can keep it. All yours. If that's not the video response yet, that's the Leonardo. We build up to that one. Eh? Build up to that one. That's right. So once again, thank you everyone for watching. It's been you know, Aussie Flying Ace. Get a job. I do have a job, mate. And it's not this. This isn't my job. It's my hobby, mate. I do this in my spare time. Jeez, I've got things to do. Jeez, of course I've got a job. What would I be whinging about taxes and the government so much if I didn't have a job? Jeez. But no, it's a good idea. You got a job? You got one for me? Probably have to pay more taxes and everything. Oh, jeez. No, that's all right. I get by. Don't worry about me, mate. I get by. But I think that's just about it. Yep, excellent. So, don't forget, show your friends. They'll give me a chance. Look, the more people that get shown in my channel, the more stuff that gets given away. It's simple. The more people that are tuning in, the more stuff that gets given away. So, don't forget, tell your friends, tune in for next week, book it in the calendar. If you have something that, look, if something pops up on the news in your local area, you know what I mean, I'm in Australia. If you're from, like, Oregon, and something happens in your local area, send me a message on YouTube. You know, I check my messages. I sometimes check them more than once a day. So, you know, send me a message on YouTube. Say, hey, Aussie Flying Ace, what do you think about this one, mate? do a video about it. If it's a good story, I'll do a video about it, you know. So if you have anything happen in your local area, give me a message. I'm always interested to know things that happen around the world that I don't always have access to on the mainstream stuff. So let me just go over here where I can. That's the button I've got to press. How's that, eh? Tonight's episode, an hour and 45 minutes. We did real well. Mate, you guys are awesome. Thank you, every single one of you, for watching. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you all during the week when you tune into my Aussie Flying Ace videos. And take care, drive safe, and I'll see you all around like a rissole. Yeah, stop. Is it stopped? Did it stop? Is there going to be like 30 seconds on the end of every one of these live events that gets... Am I going to like... That's why I need an assistant. Is that like stop? It's still coming through. What does it do? Does it take like a minute or something? Well, I'm not gonna close down the page because I bet I'll just leave it because I pressed stop. Sort that out next week too. Oh, that was awesome. That was great. Epic. Alrighty, here we go, eh? There we go, that was a bit of a bugger around. Jeez. Yeah, it hasn't stopped, does it? Jeez, I don't know how to make this stop, mate. Bazinga! It's still going, isn't it? How do I make this stop? I'm going to have to like turn my computer off. I pressed stop. It's still counting. Lucky I didn't get undressed or anything, eh? What am I going to do? What if it never stops? What if it just keeps going? Bazinga. What am I going to do now? Well, this is terrible, isn't it? What a horrible end to my great episode. I'm just going to try this. Oh, dude.